Right then, two swings. Can we tell the difference? Comment down below if you can. Swing one. Swing two. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trafford Golf Centre. I'm Matt Fryer, and if you commented down in the box below that the second swing had no lag in it, you're right. That's what we're talking about today. It's that topic you all love to research. Type it in there. Ooh, a little lag video on YouTube. Why do we need it though? What is the benefit of getting some lag in our golf swing? And what is lag? If we need it, we need to know what it is firstly. So what we're looking at when we're talking about lag is an angle that's created between the golf club shaft and the lead arm in our golf swing. So for a right-handed golfer, it's going to be the left arm and this club here. So as we're making our backswing, we see that the wrists start to hinge, and as we get up to where the lead arm is parallel to the ground, we'll see this sort of L-shape position appear. And then as we get up, it creates a little bit more, and in some cases on the way down, we'll see that we generate even more lag as we're going down into it. That would be the holy grail, right? The only problem is a lot of people do this one. Lovely old Casty used to fish me like that back in the day. We lose a lot of it on the way down. So why do we, need it in the first place? And if we're losing it, what can we do to actually try and keep it into the position we need to? The reason we have lag in the golf swing, the reason we try to create some, is it's going to create the angle that we need to generate club head speed and deliver the club more efficiently into the golf ball. If we don't have it, we'll become very rigid. We'll see that we don't actually get any club head speed. We won't be able to generate angles needed down into impact. So it is something that we do need. Now, a lot of people will think, that it's something that is causing them to hit all their bad shot. I'm not lagging it enough. I'm not lagging it enough. Generally, that won't be the case. It'll probably be that you're losing it too much. So, there's a video on the channel already looking at an L2L drill, trying to create it. Today, I'm going to look at how we can hold it into impact a little bit better to help us see that we're going to hit more crisp iron shots as we're going through. So, like we say, one of the problems that I tend to see quite a lot of from the top, all the angles are lost. We get this flat line here that you can see between the lead arm and the club. Then I've got to do something else on the way down to try and actually get into my impact position. So what we're trying to do is actually maintain it down to a point, and then we lose it at the last moment instead of losing it earlier on, like I say, from the top of the swing. And what I want you guys to do at home, when you go to the range next, or if you go into your practice ground, or even just in the house, you can practice in a mirror to get the feeling of this, is something that I call winning the race drill. So what we tend to see from someone who would lose the race early on, if I were to now put a line up my left-hand side of my body, my lead side of the body, if I were to create the lag on the way back, that's fine, it's all looking good to this point. Then what we tend to see, like I say, is something now where the race is between the hands and the club head. And what we see from someone who would lose the race would be that they let this club head pass the line before the hands do. So as they start down, they lose any lag they've created. It gets thrown away, and then all of a sudden the club head is starting to win the race early here, as we start to see there. Now obviously, if you've watched any of my impact videos or any of my other videos talking about what we're trying to do at impact, this is not a position we want to get into. We want to see that we've actually got the shaft leaning towards the target, I've got my lead hip working towards target, and I've rotated my body a little bit more. Do go and check that video out if you haven't seen it already. It'll help you massively with your impact. But if I lose all my angles on the way down, I'm never going to get into that position. So when we look at this winning the race, as I like to call it, with the line up here now, what we're going to see is something where if I hold the angle and then start to turn, we see now that my hands have arrived at the line before the club head. So as I'm here, I hold that angle and I'm getting in to a point now where my hands are winning the race as opposed to my club head winning the race. And that just gives me the feeling of holding this angle down into impact a little bit more. And it's very much like a great way to think of it is cracking a whip. If you think of your right hand, if we were to put that in a cast and you couldn't move your arm, your wrist in any way, you wouldn't really get that whip cracking too much. If we get the actual wrist going a little bit, it starts to work a bit like this. All of a sudden, I can start to crack the whip. But here, no angle, and then I lose it, I'm in real trouble. So we do want to carry the angle down towards impact, and then we lose it very close towards the ball, which allows me to get that little bit of club head speed and that little bit of a whip through impact into my good follow through as I go through it. So as you're practicing, you're going to see that you create some lag on the way back. You're going to hold it on the way down till your hands win the race. Then you'd let it go and go into your follow through. So what you do to start off with, just hitting some small shots, I'd like to see that you'd, even if you wanted to give you an idea, if you were to pop a club down now and it'd be about an inch away from your lead heel, you'd have your ball just behind it, so it's just in front of centre with my 7-iron. I'll just move this back here for you so you can see a little bit better. So as we get there, that's it. And all I would start to do is have some rehearsals where I feel like my hands are in front of the shaft to target side and the club head is lagging back behind it. So I've got my hands in front, I'd have a few rehearsals. Yep, I'm winning the race. I'm winning the race there. Win it, and then just hit one nice and smooth like that. Beautiful crisp contact, nice and straight as well. That might take my own advice for once, just by me not spending the angles too early and throwing them from the top. If I were to do that one where I get the club head passing too early and the hands coming and lagging behind the club head now, out, big duff, and it's gone all of 20 yards because the club head was out in front of the hands. It lost the race. Well, it won the race to the hands, but the hands lost the race to the club head. I impacted the mat early and didn't get the strike I want. If I get it the opposite way around again, get the feeling of the hands winning the race a bit more this way, nice and crisp, pretty much identical shot to a moment ago. Notice how I'm only doing small swings as well there. It's not that I'm trying to make big, quick swings. I'm just trying to get the feeling of this winning the race to start off with. And if I can do that in some half swings with half speed or 3/4 swings, it's going to allow me to understand what it actually is I'm trying to generate here. And then once I'm comfortable with it, I can then build it into some bigger swings. So good setup, let the hands win the race. That's 3 in a row. My God, boy. Guys, I hope that tip's going to help you. I really like this drill. Nice and simple. We create the lag on the way down and then we let the hands win the race instead of the club head. Give it a go. Hit that like button if you think it's going to help you. Also comment down below if you want any more tips, if there's anything you want any help with. Remember to follow me on all my social media platforms. You'll see the links there. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any more tips to help you improve your game. If you do want to come and see me down at Trafford Centre, all the information is linked down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you with another video to help you improve your golf.